If you are curly, coily, or wavy, you have probably heard so many myths and misconceptions about our curls, you don't know what to believe. Well, today I am debunking and correcting 5 of those myths and misconceptions. Are you ready? Then let's do this. Hello, my curlies! Erica here from Coils and Curls, and welcome back to another Frizz-Free Friday. I am debunking and myth-busting in today's video. I am giving you bonus tips at the end of each myth, so you are going to want to stick around for all of that. Myth number 1, curly hair is unmanageable. No, it's not. It is not unmanageable. Yes, curly hair is different than straight hair. Okay, but it's not unmanageable with the right care. Curls can be easy to manage when you have me. Yay! A few ways to keep curls, coils, and waves manageable. First is moisture. We need moisture. Our hair craves moisture. And if you're not giving it moisture, it's not going to behave. Second is that you need balanced protein. A few lines that do have that balance of moisture and protein, AG, have their Curl Revive Curl Hydrating Shampoo and the Curl Thrive, which is their Curl Hydrating Conditioner. Then there are lines like Inner Sense Organic Beauty that also have the moisture and protein balance, no matter which one you use. If you still have unmanageable hair after you have used all of these different specialized products, then either you're not using them correctly or they're just not right for your hair. Let's face it, hormones, chemicals, changes, they all affect our hair, our skin, and our nails. Okay, here comes tip number 1. Too much protein can make your hair dry, frizzy, tangled, and knotted. If this describes your curls, back off of the protein. I had a client recently. She said, my hair is so dry feeling and so frizzy and so knotted. What am I doing? So I asked, what are you shampooing and conditioning with? Bond builders. What products are you using? Bond builders. She doesn't even color treat her hair. So she was using too much protein and it was drying out her hair. My daughter did the same thing. She was using one of the Mielle products that is a protein and she was slathering it on her hair and leaving it in. If you are not using the product correctly, if you're not using the correct products, you're not going to get the right result. So if your hair is frizzing and knotted and tangled, even though you take wonderful care of it, it's got to be that protein. Make sure that your styling products do not have a lot of protein in them. If it says strengthening or bond building, back off for a little bit. You are also going to want to do hydrating masks, not protein masks. One example is the Mielle Mangongo Oil Hydrating Conditioner that is protein-free. This way, you are not adding the protein, you're giving your hair moisture, and you're going to do that with your styling products too. Your hair should start feeling better and looking better. You'll notice a difference. Myth number 2, that curly, coily, and maybe wavy hair too needs to be washed as often as straight hair. No. No. Too much cleansing or shampooing damages curly hair because you're stripping out all of our natural moisture. We need to wash less often than straight hair so we don't strip all the goodness out. If you need to restyle your hair daily, wet it and scrub it while the water is running on it, and this way it'll help lift any dirt, any dust, any pollutants without destroying your natural oils. Tip 2, clarify your curls and coils and waves at least every 4 weeks. You want to use something gentle, something, let's say, with charcoal, white vinegar. This way you're using natural ingredients. I still like to use the InnerSense Organic Beauty Detox Hair Mask. It has the charcoal, it has lanolin, it has the white vinegar, and when I rinse out this mask, my hair feels silky and soft. It doesn't feel hard and dry. It's different. I mean, girls and guys, if you need a clarifier, you don't want your hair to feel like straw, InnerSense Organic Beauty Detox Hair Mask is the way to go. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. And always remember to follow with the correct mask. Myth number 3, curly hair is always frizzy. Pshaw. Yes, frizz is an issue for curly, coily, sometimes wavy hair, but it doesn't have to be. There are so many things to prevent frizz nowadays. My girls and guys who are closer to my age, 50s and up, even 45 and up, in the 70s and 80s, you know, we had nothing. Our hair looked like we put our finger in a light socket and went bzzz. I mean, people used to call us poodle hair because we looked like poodles. Especially when we left the salon and they tried to style our curls. Oy vey, that was a mess. I mean, back then, all we had was Dippity-Doo until LA Looks came out, and we had Sebastian. But these were all hard holds for styling hair, but not styling curls. They had no moisture in them, they had no protein in them, and that's why our hair always looked the way it did. Now, this is why so many curly women flat iron or chemically straighten their hair. They don't know that there's better alternatives now. That is why you, my curlies, need to share me with anyone you know who is over 40, because they could be flat ironing and chemically straightening their hair because they don't realize they don't have to deal with frizz anymore. So we have some of the best products now for our hair than we've ever had, ever. So yeah, it sucks that we didn't have any of this stuff back then, but we do now. So we're appreciative for the science of studying curls. Conditioners for curls go inside, under the cuticle, into the cortex and the medulla, and they actually get in there to do their jobs. That is why we no longer have to live with frizz. Tip number 3, to avoid frizz, stop using your blow dryer or your diffuser on high speed and high heat. This dries our curls out so fast. Everything we've used, the hydrating conditioner, the styling products, they've all helped to close that cuticle. If you start blow drying on very high heat, that cuticle is going to open and there's your frizz. If you have thick density hair and your hair is loaded with product and it's very heavy and wet, then you can use high speed, high heat for, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes, but then you need to back it off so that you don't create the frizz. In order to finish your style and to help prevent the frizz, you need to use an oil to decrunchify, right there. So, products like the AG, the oil, there's also the InnerSense Organic Beauty, I Create Shine, and there's also the Mielle Organics if you have a very thick head of hair. This is the Mongongo Oil Pomade to Oil Treatment, and this will be a heavier oil to decrunchify your curls with. And another way to cut down on that frizz is to use the Bellissima Dyphon Supreme Diffuser. This is the bowl that does not let your hair fly anywhere. You are going to want to stick around till the end of this video because I am going to give you a bonus 6th myth and misconception about curls. This is my biggest myth buster. This is one myth buster that we all need to hear sometimes, my curlies. If you like this video so far, give it a thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you haven't, and share me with as many 40-plus-year-old people because we're all going through these changes together, and sometimes it's nice to have a community that you can pitch to. They also may be looking for healthier products for their hair, skin, and nails. And let's face it, my curlies, I am bringing it all to you. So share me, because hey, you never know. Now, I will have all of my affiliate links down below in the descriptions. I do receive a small commission when you make a purchase using my links. Your support will help my channel grow and thrive. I thank you so much in advance for your support, my curlies. Now, back to our regular scheduled programming. We are up to myth number 4, and that is curly hair doesn't grow as fast as straight hair. Yeah, it does. Hair on average will grow about a ½ an inch a month. So sometimes it'll be less for some people, sometimes it'll be more. The thing is that when you have straight hair, it's growing straight down. Curls make it look like it's not growing. But take this curl, which is right here. If I pull it down, holding it at the tip, it's to here. That's why it doesn't look like curly hair is growing, but it is. I promise you it is. At least an average of a ½ inch a month. Tip number 4 is that if you feel like your hair isn't growing as quickly as it should, there are vitamins, there are topicals if you feel like your hair is thinning, and you guys all know I've been trying everything. So one that I've used is the Caranya Pure Black Seed Potent Hair Potion. I've also used the Mielle Organics Sea Moss Hair and Scalp Oil. I'm ready to start vitamins. I'm thinking about trying Nutrafol because I've been hearing such good things about it. If that works and my hair starts to thicken in the 3 to 6 months that they say, my curlies, I might have found a solution for us. Myth number 5, curly hair can be brushed when dry. Never, ever, never, ever brush your curls when they are dry. My mother used to dry brush my hair back when I was little. We had a big chair next to the fireplace. My mother would sit there and I would stand before her. My hair was down to here, and she would dry brush it every morning and torture me. And she'd yell at me, "Erica, stop complaining, your scalp is too sensitive." She didn't realize she was making my hair worse. Dry brushing curly hair breaks the cuticle. It can stretch the hair and cause it to snap when you hit a knot. Dry hair doesn't have as much elasticity as wet hair. After I posted the Denman video where I did the challenge between the D3 and the D4, my friend texted me and she was like, "What are you doing taking a brush to your hair?" She was horrified, as I was when I first saw people using the Denman brush on curls. I told her it's because apparently we know better now. Back in, I want to say the early 90s, they started to say, do not brush curls. Brushing curls breaks them. And so we all threw out our Denman brushes and our boar hair brushes, and we just went straight with a comb. We have learned so much in 4 decades, my curlies, don't you think? Some progress is good. Tip number 5, when your hair is wet and conditioned, you are allowed to use a detangling brush. Only when your hair is wet and conditioned. This allows the hair to have some slip. So as the brush is coming down, they are loose and slippery, and they will come out of their knot much easier than if you're doing it during a shampoo or after you shampoo. If you want to use a brush on your curls, make sure your curls are wet. They've been conditioned. At the end, if you're using a Denman or another kind of brush to smooth your curls, it's wet, it's got product in it, and we're allowed now. Drum roll, please. Biggest myth ever, in my opinion, is that curly hair is unprofessional. I call bullshit, or as my grandfather would say, horseshit. I think it was horseshit. My mother will correct me when she watches this. This couldn't be further from the truth. Curly hair is just as professional as any other hair type, as long as you take care of it. Someone with straight hair can show up to work with knotted and tangled and looks like a rat's nest. That is unprofessional. If you have any questions about these busted myths and misconceptions, or you have questions about any other curl myths, leave a comment down below. Curly and coily hair can be manageable and professional. You just have to know how to take care of it. But that's why you have me. Well, we've come to the end of another video, my curlies. If you want to show my video even more love than just a thumbs up, there's the thanks button down below. You can choose any amount that you are comfortable with. Just know that your monetary thanks is helping my channel grow, and it's all because of you. So thank you in advance, my curlies. I will see you next week. Ciao for now. Sorry, I digress. Yes, I know I do that. Sassy, classy curls. Sexy, sassy curls. Those sexy, sassy curls. For the 6th bonus. So share. Crap, knocking shit over. Okay, I could probably move this out of the way right now. Ooh, excuse me, Ma. Big F. Yes. I actually got that on the first try. Right, I got it. Cut in your pure black seed potent hair potion. Shit, yes. Myth number 5.